Hey, what is up, everybody? At long last, welcome back to another episode of Top 5 Poses, the series that I enjoy most here on the channel, and the series that really made me passionate about making these videos for Figuarts after getting to talk with you guys about it and just being able to pose them in some unique ways. Today, we're taking a look at a figure I got late, mind you, not super late, and that is Super BUU, everyone's favorite pink jawbreaker who identifies as bubblegum. So, can we rock some awesome poses out of a figure which at first glance seems pretty simple? Stay tuned and find out. Hey guys, if you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and definitely ring a ding ding that bell notification button. It helps the channel grow and it helps me bring you guys a lot more. Okay, real quick guys, I'm trying something new out here and shooting this in 60 frames per second rather than 4K and 30 frames, so if it looks weird, let me know, but if you like it a little bit better than what I used to do, let me know too. So, at number 5 on this list, we have Super BUU being basic. But it works. Here's why I feel like it does. This figure is unique in that it's not what I would consider hulking like Broly, or Final Form Cooler, or even Second Form Frieza, but it fits a unique niche of figures that are tall and have some mass on them at the same time. So rather than looking pathetic and simple, it comes off as intriguing. What's more is that it fits this version of BUU's persona. Horrible slouching posture because he just don't care, yet a simmering arrogance under the surface as well. I mean, man wiped out everybody on the planet, so why not? All the more reason why I think the neutral hands complete the look of this pose rather than the fists, as some of the promotional pictures feature. All in all, a really easy pose to strike and lots of variability even in the head tilt and the shoulder drop alone. Alright guys, so at number 4, we have a twist on that last pose, and that is the mass genocide attack, as I like to call it. Now I went with the same face here instead of the frown for the same reason. I just tend to remember BUU as this non-caring, sadistic villain without too much of a complicated agenda compared to Frieza and Cell. I used the effect part he came with rather than dip into other effect parts for this pose, just to get some repeatability among those of you who maybe aren't fortunate enough to have a ton of figures from this line yet. The thing that puts this pose up ahead of the list is 100% due to potential to go aerial on a stand with this pose, making it so that you can save that bottom shelf space for Krillin where he belongs. I'm just kidding. I know someone's gonna take that seriously and take offense, so just know that's a joke. Anyways, this pose is also on here just because, as I mentioned, it's one of the ones I think is immediately recognizable from the source material. Okay, so coming up at number 3 is a more unconventional pose for BUU, and that is this one. Taking inspiration again from his time up at Aamis Lookout, waiting for that quote-unquote strong fighter to finally show himself. With a forearm cuff adjustment, I was going for that look of impatience and BUU losing any sort of tolerance for more excuses at this point. I think one of the things that makes a pose like this even considerable for this list is the figure's stark contrast in BUU's color palette. The gold and black trims that separate the rest of the figure from the white are really clean, and against a darker background, the figure really pops. You could still get more creative here and pop him up on a stand too, but I feel like that might be bordering on Piccolo's territory. All in all, just another idea for that more relaxed pointing finger hand that he comes with. Alright, so at number 2, well, it wouldn't be a true top 5 poses list without an aerial mention, now would it? This one took inspiration from BUU's more short-tempered side and the tendency he has to throw tantrums. I also took inspiration from his fight with Gohan, and even a bit of his fight with Vegeta. You know, that point where he starts to get a little past serious and then reaches a sort of desperate, feverish attempt to prove to himself that he's actually not about to lose a fight. I threw in the energy effect part for added bonus because why not? It spices this particular aerial pose up a bit, and it lets you use more of what's in the box. But of course, the beauty of aerial poses is that variability is at an all-time high. No pun intended. And last but not least, coming in at number 1, well, I sort of broke a lot of the traditional rules we had for this series and used some pieces from the Fat BUU figure. BUU has a sweet tooth, and I think it'd be a shame not to have a pose that showcases that side of his personality. Kinda just wanna know though who has a bigger sweet tooth, BUU or Beerus. Anyway, I ranked this pose as number 1 for the following reasons. Aside from the sweet tooth thing and the chocolate prop, this pose shows multiple facets of the character's persona. It's menacing, yet strangely intriguing, almost so weird that you stop to take a second look at it. And from the point of view of a collector, isn't that what these figures are all about? Getting that friend or person who may not be as into Dragon Ball to actually stop and take an interest in your shelf and all the weirdness you might have going on in there.
All jokes aside, this pose just comes off as really clean, and from all angles, it doesn't take up too much space. BUU just needs a little bit of elbow, that's all. Alright guys, there it is, my top 5 poses for SH Figuarts Super BUU. Remember, it's opinionative and definitely up for discussion, so you know the drill. And as I always say, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Peace.